Okay, this is Carex cristatella, and cristatella has a couple of distinctive features. One of them is something that that I know people have probably met in keys and struggled with in horror. There is a small group of ovales, about 3 species, I think, in New York, where to identify them, you're asked about a rather peculiar feature. You're asked whether the sheath is expanded above and loosely fitting, and these are what are popularly called the baggy sheath ovales. And what you can see when you look at it is, see this node right here? That's where the sheath starts. See how much narrower that is, where it's only as wide as the stem, than up here. And when you actually squeeze it up here, you can see that's loose fitting and baggy, and that's what that character refers to. And so this is typical of Carex tribuloides, Carex projecta, and Carex cristatella. And of those 3, we'll see 2 of them right here, in fact. And cristatella is distinctive in having the spikes basically globular, kind of like a bristly golf ball, and with periginium beaks that spread out. And the other thing is that it looks like the inflorescence is weak and arching, but in fact that's not true. What happens is, above the first or sometimes the second spike, there's a sharp kink in the inflorescence, and that develops early on. It is not a matter of weakness or drooping. If you hold it upside down, it's still there. That's enforced. It's physically part of the stem, and that kink allows cristatella, in combination with the broad leaves and baggy sheaths, to be identified with some certainty, even while it's quite immature. The ovales as a group have very, very thin, sometimes almost wafer-like perigynia, with the edges that taper out quite a bit and are strongly winged. So the winged perigynia are distinctive for the group. All species have male flowers beneath the female. Whenever you look for male flowers, the first thing to check for is the terminal spike, because it's on the terminal spike that you have your best chance of seeing where the male flowers are, because it's likely that that's where most of the males will be, is on the terminal spike. So, cristatella is a nice plump forming plant, quite distinctive. I'd like to see a bit more of it so that I can grab some vegetative shoots, because there is something distinctive about vegetative shoots of Carex cristatella and generally ovales that I want to show people. There's a lot of other species around here that we're not going to see so easily. For example, this plant right here is this tufted thing. Forms these very, very flat tufts